So Chris, this video is for you. I'm making this side dish recipe that Mary Jo has made a couple times when we were there. I got the recipe written down. She had sent it to me. It's called creamy skillet noodle with peas. And I can, you can either screenshot this or I can let you know. But I've already stirred in my butter, melted butter and oil. Now I measured that out for one serving and it only called for 8 ounces of medium noodles, and these are extra wide, but it didn't look like very many. You do the uncooked noodles in the skillet. So I just did the whole bag, whether or not, they just had stirred a coat, which most of these are getting coated, so hopefully it'll turn out okay. I may have to bump up some of the other recipes, ingredients for the recipe. But it calls for a cup of frozen, or a cup of peas, which I got the frozen. So after this is the first time I'm making it, so I'm having to follow the recipe as I'm talking to you. But I had to, let's see, it says add noodles, which I did, and gently toss to coat. Stir in chicken broth, heavy cream, frozen peas, salt, and pepper. So here's my chicken broth. It calls for 2 cups of chicken broth. So I just used that carton of the chicken broth. Make sure I got all this coated. And the butter and the olive oil. 2 tablespoons of the olive oil. After you melt the butter, you just heat the olive oil and then you add your noodles. Gently toss to coat. It looks like, for the most part, this is coated pretty good. Even though I've used the whole bag of noodles, which is 12 ounce versus what they call for in one serving, 8 ounces. But like I said, that didn't make very much. So I'm going to add this 2 cups of chicken broth here, as it says, into the skillet. And I'm doing all this over medium heat right now. Let's see here. Like I say, I may have to do a little more of that. So it says to add the chicken broth, heavy cream. So I want to put you on pause for just a second. So I'm back. The recipe calls for half cup of heavy cream, which I don't have heavy cream, but I looked up a recipe how to make my own heavy cream. Hopefully this will work. It's they call for whole milk, which I got just the 2%. So I think it said 3/4 cup 2% milk and 1/4 cup of butter, but it said unsalted, which I only have salted. So, but it's calling, so I made my heavy cream, whisking it together. It's kind of not very thick, but it'll work, I think. So half cup of that. So I'm going to get my half cup out here and try to pour. I'm going to put you on pause again. So I've got you back with my half cup of heavy cream. I'm going to pour that in there in the skillet. And then I'm going to add my pea mixture, the cup here of peas throughout the skillet. Frozen, but so I'm going to stir that in. Yeah, this heavy cream is kind of a little bit watery, so, but that's okay. I'm sure it'll, when it boils, it'll thicken it up a little bit. And the noodles are beginning to cook a little bit in the heat. And I could probably add some more peas to this, because again, I've added more noodles. I may get my peas out and add a little more peas. It says that you should walk away from it for a minute. It says that you should say hello to Tiggy. Say hi, Tiggy. Say hi to Uncle Christopher. Hello. Hello. Say hello to Uncle Christopher. Okay, good job. Socks is down here. I don't think she's interested. Can you say hello to Uncle Christopher? Say hello to Uncle Christopher. Okay. Tiggy thinks I've got something for her, but I don't. And he thinks he's missing out. So again, on this recipe, Chris, it calls for, so I've got everything in there, and it calls for some salt and pepper to taste. I don't know that I'll do that because my butter was salted that I used in the heavy cream, and It called also for unsalted butter, which is salted, so I don't think I'll add the salt. But then once you get all this mixed, it says bring mixture to a boil, then reduce your heat. Bring mixture to a boil, then reduce your heat. Cover and simmer for 10 to 12 minutes or until the noodles are tender and most of the liquid is absorbed. And you can stir and add more salt and pepper if needed. I continued this recipe on the back. It says to serve immediately. And there's a note that if the noodles are too thick once cooked, you can add an additional 1 to 2 tablespoons of heavy cream as needed. So I can let you know how the final product turns out. Show it to you once I get it, cooked. I'm going to bring it to a boil and then turn it down and let it simmer for 10 to 12 minutes, as it said. I found this to be a really tasty recipe. Donnie and I both liked it very much. We're cooking pork chops tonight, grilling a couple chops. So I'm going to have this as a side with my red boiled potatoes. But I thought maybe you would like this recipe. If you come over sometime, maybe I can make it. And see if you like it. But it's pretty darn good. I think I will add more peas before I bring this to a boil. So I will talk to you later. Love ya. Bye. So Chris, I've added a little bit more chicken broth. I didn't measure it. I just kind of poured it in there. I don't know. I hope it turns out okay. So I'll let you know and we'll see how it turns out. But here's what, and I added more peas, didn't measure, just kind of poured in there. But like I say, this just kind of makes a good side dish. Or even maybe a snack if you want it. It could probably be a meal in itself if you just want peas and noodles. But it really does make a good side dish. I liked it when Mary Jo has made it twice for us for dinner. Or to go as a side with our dinner. I think the first time she made it for us was when we went there for the week and she had pork chops. And so we had pork chop and had it with that. So that's why I tried it with this. And then last time we went, I think she had, I forget, but she had it with it. When we were coming back, I think it was chicken strips or chicken breasts with it. So, but it is good. So hopefully, if you try it, you'll like it. It's really boiling now, so it says bring to a boil and then cover it and let it simmer for 10 to 12 minutes. Reduce the heat, cover, and then it's already getting soft. I can feel it. So I'm going to do that and let you know whether or not it's good. But like I said, it's the first time I've tried it, making it myself. Hopefully it's good. Okay, so from my kitchen to yours. Maybe you'll try it, hopefully. Alright, love ya. Bye.